Hi, everyone. So I'm Siris Rivas, in case you don't know me. My business is Empowering Light Language. And I just wanted to take a moment. The theme of this weekend seems to be speed and creating quickly and choosing even faster and expanding your life. I've been having wonderful conversations with old friends, new friends, with acquaintances, with business associates, and the theme continuously keeps coming up is quickness, is speed, and what kind of slows us down and what things speed things up and make it really really spacious and really easy for us to create and for us to choose more and more of what's going to actually work for us. I actually had the joy of starting my day off today with speaking with one of my really good friends, John Ashford, who is an amazing bars facilitator in Oregon. And he's actually going to be in the Southeast very soon, facilitating a bars class in Atlanta. So very excited for him for that and for the Southeast, because we would love more and more people to come this way and facilitate classes here and create more energy here and contribute to all of the yumminess that is the Southeast of the United States. And when we were talking about how there's just a lot of things that sometimes will make us doubt or question, like what is actually showing up for us, what we would actually choose, like what was required of us. We both work with youth in different ways. He works with a lot of at-risk and juvenile youth, so the young adults. And I've worked with more like early childhood children all the way through like middle school and high school, but definitely focused more on the younger kids. But with all of our businesses, we both travel all over facilitating classes and, connecting people and hosting people. And with all of these different aspects of our lives and of the businesses that we play with, we're constantly using these access consciousness tools and other modalities as well, because we've also played with a lot of modalities. And there's so many different things that create ease and create the sense of clarity when you're choosing. And whatever it is for you, let me know. I'd love learning about more modalities. I definitely played with a lot of modalities that helped me so much, and then access consciousness is just another one, the more recent one, where I've been really jumping in, and it's been speeding things up even more. And part of how it does that is it basically, with a lot of the tools, you're clearing all of these points of views and thoughts and feelings and emotions that you're picking up from other people. Like, for instance, if you walk into a room and all of a sudden you feel really heavy or sad or I've gone to parties and all of a sudden I feel like I'm buzzed or high or drunk and I haven't even had anything yet. I just got here. I was like, I just got here. What's going on? And I'm picking up on the stuff from the people that have already been there for a while. Or, you go and you pick up the phone and you're talking to a friend and you're like, wow, I am all of a sudden feel sad after talking to this friend that was crying. And what if it's actually that you're trying to help them by taking some of the things on from their reality, what's going on with them. And I'm not sure that that's actually helping them. But these are the things that we do sometimes without really knowing it, unconsciously, with the greatest of intentions, right? Like, we're just trying to help. We're just trying to be there for people. I'm fortunate to have really great friends around the world that are totally willing to have my back and be there for me. And the ones that actually ask and are in the question, hey, what do you require of me right now? I really, really appreciate that, because it doesn't go into this immediate pushing their help on me. It really is honoring of me. And sometimes you just want someone to listen. Sometimes you just want a hug or to share an experience and go for a walk and get some movement and company. Sometimes it's like, yeah, could you give me some ideas on this? Could you clear out, could you facilitate me and ask me some questions so I have a little bit more ease and space and clarity on what I should do with this situation or with this person? All of that, I'm so, so grateful for the people that are in my life that ask really first before they go and help me out. And they go and do anything and go right into the doing. And more, I used to be that person. So I get it. Like, what if it wasn't wrong that if you've ever done that, if you're like, cause you're just you're caring for them. You care about the people in your lives. And I was definitely the person that would be like, dun, 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 here, Siris, I'm here. What do you need? And I'd go right into like helping people move and getting them their homework and giving them ideas. And now I stop myself and I ask myself, and sometimes I actually ask out loud to the person, hey, what do you require of me? Like, or I ask myself, what's required of me here? And it's been a total game changer in me being able to be there for people and have their back. And also it has created so much more space in my life because I'm not taking on all these people's stuff. They don't actually want me to take them on. And so then I have space and energy to create what I'd like to create for me and to create a ton for the world, and faster because I'm not bogged down by other people's things. And even when I do like give people ideas or facilitate stuff, I'm using these tools to not take on. I'm just kind of observing and clearing anything for them that they would like to get clear on. And I don't need to actually take it on and in my body and make it part of my reality, to ask some questions and to be there for them. And that's one of the things that I'm so grateful for with these tools, is by me asking more and more what's required of me, and me asking, gosh, what would it take to speed things up here? And that's for speed things up and like the person's getting it. There's clarity, there's space, their pain is going away in their body. Like whatever it is, like what would it take to speed things up? And a lot of times it's allowance. A lot of times it's being an allowance, which is this concept of what anyone ever says or does is just an interesting point of view. And when I'm an allowance of my urge to like go and jump in, and it's like, that's an interesting point of view. I had that point of view. That's what I should do right now. Or if I'm an allowance of what someone says, or that they are choosing something again and again and again, that is maybe not their best choice. Maybe you know some people like that in your family or in your life, where they keep making the same decision over and over again, and they wonder why the same drama and trauma and stuff keeps coming up. Well, those two things, being in the question and being an allowance of whatever they choose or don't choose, and whatever you choose and don't choose, like it makes things show up and actualize so much faster for me. Like this really cool thing. So I was talking to my friend John, like I mentioned, and right away we're talking, and we're really like, we constantly ask each other questions, and just, you know, like in conversation, but also like, hey, so what's that going to create if you do that? And I'm like, oh, what is that going to create? And I stop and I sit with it, and it's like, is it going to actually expand my life to choose that? Or is it going to contract my life? Is it going to actually like veer me off the path of where I'd like to be on? You know, there's some times where we talk about like, oh, what else can I do with this? Like, what's your take on this? How can I contribute to you with this creation that you're doing right now? All these different things. And sometimes it's just like, just be you. Just, you're good. Thanks for asking. And that's it. And sometimes it's like, oh, could you do this? Could you call this person? Could you set up this flyer? Could you let me know where I can find this information? Like all these different things can show up, and it's like boom, 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 fast, fast, fast. And it's with a lot more ease, and it's a lot more fun that way. There's things where when using these tools and just having interesting point of view about it all, like things can show up so much faster. Like another example, I was traveling the world, gosh, a year and a half ago now. Wow, maybe almost 2 years ago now. And I was going to be traveling from Australia to New Zealand, and I contacted my good friend Karen Cooper there. And I was like, hey, we've been in communication online. I'm coming to New Zealand. And at first she was like, no, you're not. Like, this is BS. Like, forget it. No, there's no way. And I was like, no, I'm booking my flight. I'm going to New Zealand. I'd love to see you if you have some time. And she's like, oh, wow. Well, if you're coming, let me create a class for you. And what class would that be? And we asked some questions, and I was like, really? Okay, cool. Like, I'm willing to facilitate a class. I just wanted to meet up and hang, but I'd love to facilitate a class too while I'm there. Awesome. How does it get any better than that? And in 1 week, she got like 7, 8 people together for me to facilitate this amazing body process called the magnetic attraction and restoration of generative sexual energies. And it was super yummy, so much fun, and just, wow, it was amazing. One of my favorite classes that I've facilitated so far. I love facilitating that body process class. And this one in particular was awesome. And so here's the thing. If Karen had the point of view of, oh, 1 week is not enough time to get people together and for people to choose a class, and like there's no way, and like, oh my gosh, like I'm going to disappoint Siris, and like what is she going to think about me or anything like that, like that probably wouldn't have shown up as fast as it did and as awesomely as it did. And it did. It showed up, and she rocked it out, and we had so much fun, and people had so much change in their bodies, and it was great. And when we don't have those points of views about time, about how quickly things show up and like what it will take for things to show up, how much faster would it show up? Like if we didn't actually start going into doubt and fear and, distraction and judging ourselves, all that judgment just gets in the way of the speed that you could really create in, the speed that you truly be and that you could be in the world. That's like your natural state more than likely if you'd like it to be. And one of the other things that I realize with speed is as soon as I'm kind of bored, as soon as I'm kind of like, I just kind of will and lay around on the couch. And some days it's just fun to lay around on the couch. There's nothing around with vegging out with some movies and some popcorn, maybe some drinks. Whatever works for you. I do it. It's really yummy for my body when that's actually what my body would like. But sometimes when I catch it and I'm just like kind of in this like, like not really motivated to do anything and kind of like, meh, and like there's just this heaviness to it. One of the questions that have been shifting that dynamically for me is, okay, who and could I talk to right now that'll shift this? And what can I add to my life right now that would speed things up again? And that would be really fun. And that's one of the things I was like, I'm going to schedule up some chats on the phone with my friends, and that shifts things really quickly. Or I am going to create another class, or I'm going to schedule something else. I'm going to go outside for a walk, like things like that. Like I walked today. It was really, really fun. And it really shifted things. I woke up like, and it's just whatever it is that comes up into your awareness, whatever pops into your head, like follow it. And see if that kind of shakes up the energy again and gets you so in that creative, generative space that will help you like create more and have more really, really fast. So the other things that happened with me choosing that today, I went for a walk. I talked to my friend John. I was scheduling some things. I was like, checking in with the different businesses. We have an Airbnb here. I was switching out the rooms for the new guests that are coming and just adding more things. And all of a sudden, I get a call that someone wants me to facilitate a class in New York. And I moved that class in August 11th. I moved it to October because my host was like, it's not really light right now. Let's move it to October. I was like, no problem. Let's do what's light. No reason to force it. Well, other people still want it on August 11th in New York. And that's just 2 weeks away. Okay. So immediately I was about to go. My mom was like, is that too soon for you? Is that too fast for you? And I just started laughing because I was like, nothing's too fast for me now. Like nothing's too soon for me. Like if I didn't buy into the point of view that time was relevant, if I was like my girl Karen and was like, what would it take for it to show up in 2 weeks, in 1 week, like whenever it is, just let it speed up, let it show up. And what do I need to do and be to like contribute to this class like actualizing in the world? It was super fun. Like I'm like really excited about it. I already looked up my flights. I'm like, all right, let's go. Let's do it. 2 weeks from now, I'll be in New York. Like, all right, let's go and see what that creates in the world. And do you perceive this energy of excitement? Like when you're functioning at the speed that you truly be, it's way more fun. It's way more yummy. And so what would it take for you to have that, for you to choose faster and create faster what would actually work for you? Maybe it's not facilitating classes. That's fine. What if it's, creating the business or having a family? What if it's, having some more outdoor time, meeting up with friends more often? Like the last time that was a really, really heavy moment, or the last one that's coming up right now in my world, when this was really rough and I was going through a really rough time in my life, and I was like, gosh, what would it take to change this? And this was even before I was using Access Consciousness tools, but I was questioning. I was like, what can I do here to change this? I was really depressed. I was missing my friends. I was working way too much in a way that wasn't nurturing for me and my body. I was kind of run down and on the verge of burnout. And I'm not even sure right now how it showed up, but I was like, let me go and message some friends and see if they want to meet up for dinner. And from there, this group that I created called the Fierce Ladies Dinner Group showed up, and I actualized that. I created that. And it was every month we'd meet for dinner and all over the Chicagoland area, trying out new restaurants. And it was about 60 to 80 women, each different combinations of them each time. So sometimes there were 4 of us, sometimes it was 10 of us that would meet up, because they were from different walks of my life, that I knew them from different areas of my life, be it high school, college, work, different hobbies like yoga and tennis and game nights and things like that, from different communities that I was a part of. And they would meet up, and then they would get to connect with new people and expand their worlds and try out yummy food and have a time where it wasn't work and it wasn't thinking about everything that they had to do. They could just enjoy themselves. And that was one of the things that even to this day, even now that I'm in Savannah, my friends from Chicago are like, I miss the Fierce Ladies Dinner Group. I miss those connections. And maybe they would like to create that for themselves now that I'm in Savannah. Maybe I'll choose to create that in Savannah in the future. Right now, I'm not getting that it's the time for it. But it's those things that it's whatever it is for you that would add to your life and would speed things up right away, that would actually light you up and expand your world. What is that for you? Do you know about that would actualize that right away? And let me know. And if I can contribute to that at all, please message me, post under this video. But that's the theme of the week, the weekend, actually the week and the life, is speed and speeding things up. And so thanks so much for taking the time to watch this video, and just being there for me during this journey as I keep discovering how these tools and this awarenesses that I keep getting can contribute to my life and to the businesses I play with, and possibly to you. And hopefully we'll get to see each other soon somewhere in the world. Until then, enjoy the rest of your day, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are. Bye.